So the next type of the loop is the while loop, and the while loop works basically the same as the for loop. The only difference is the way or the syntax in which it is written. And here the while loop loops through a block of code as long as the specified condition is true. And the syntax for the while loop is as demonstrated below here. So here you just write the keyword while, and then in brackets you provide the condition which you are testing, or the condition which should be met for the loop to break, and then within the curly brackets you provide the code that will be executed as long as the condition here is true. Alright, so the same thing, you can take an example again on this. So let me add a comment here and say this is for loop, so that we are able to differentiate. Then below here I'm going to add the while loop. This is while loop. And what is the syntax of writing the while loop? So we use the keyword while and then the brackets, and within the brackets we provide the condition. So what is the condition? So we want to use the same while loop to print all the elements in this array. To print all the elements in this array. So we are going to say while, so we could come here and say let x equals to numbers dot length. So numbers dot length will return as the size of that array, and it will return 6. So when we say, so the variable x will now hold the value 6. So you see we are declaring x somewhere already here. Okay, so let me use another variable, maybe variable size. So we have this variable size is equals to numbers dot length, which is basically 6. Then we're going to say while or here we could say, maybe instead of saying 6, I'm going to say let count be equals to 0. So count is initialized to value 0. Then we are going to say while count is less than numbers dot length, what do? We print on the screen, we say log numbers. You log the number at position count. Then after that you increase count by 1. And how do we increment a number or a variable by 1? So we write the variable name, then we use the double plus to increment. So what this code does is that initially we have initialized count to 0. So the value of count initially is 0. Then we are saying that while count is less than the array size, and the array size is going to be 6. So while 0 is less than 6, print the array element at position count. So it will print the array element at position 0 because the initial value of count is 0. Then after printing it, it will come to this next line here and increase count by 1. So now count is becoming 1, and therefore it will again test the condition. 1 is less than 6. So if the condition is true, it will execute this line again by printing the next array element, and then it will increase count by 1, and now the value of count becomes 2. Again it goes back and tests the condition. Count is still less than 6, and it will repeat itself until the point where the condition is false. And when is the condition false? The condition is only false when count becomes 6. So 6 is not less than 6. Rather, 6 is equal to 6. And therefore, when the condition is true, when the condition is false, then this loop will break and we will get out of this loop to execute the next statements below it if there is any. So when we save this changes and we rerun the program, so you're going to see that we have loops here printing out the numbers. So let me add some console before each one of them. So I'm going to say console dot log printing array elements using while loop. And then above the for loop, I'm also going to add this statement saying printing the array elements using for loop, so that we're able to see the difference. So I'm going to rerun the program again. So you can see printing array elements using the while loop 1, 3, 10. So it does the same thing. The only difference is the way of writing it. So that is all about the while loop. Unless you have a question to ask or way of not understood, you can ask. Any question? Alright, if everything is okay, we proceed to the next type of the loop, which is the do while loop. But before we proceed there, let me stop this clip